Hello people of the internet, my halls of happiness. I hope you are doing well today. In today's video, as you can probably tell by the title, I'll be showing you all how I stay productive as a freshman in high school and some tips on how you can stay productive as well. So the first very major tip that I have for y'all is screen time. Now I know it is so cliche to be like, it's that phone, but it really is that phone that is like hindering you from reaching your full potential. For the new year, a new thing that I implemented into my day-to-day routine is limiting how much I am on TikTok and Instagram, because I used to spend an astronomical amount of time on TikTok alone. Like it was not giving what it was supposed to give. So I set that limit to only 2 hours and it has done wonders. I procrastinate less, I get my work done on time, I have time to make YouTube videos, put out content. Like, I was not doing all this before I had limits on my apps. Another thing that has to do with screen time that I do is that I have downtime turned on from the time that I'm supposed to be in bed to the time that I leave the house in the morning. This has really helped me because in the past I've had this terrible habit of being in bed at the right time, but then I would just be scrolling through TikTok till like an hour later. And the reason I have my downtime cut off from the time I leave the house instead of from the time I wake up actually segues me into my next section, which is not checking my phone the first hour after I wake up. And the reason why checking your phone the first hour after you wake up is so detrimental to your productivity is because it creates something called decision fatigue. And basically decision fatigue, what it is you make too many decisions like in one sitting or just throughout the day, to where you don't have the brain capacity to make creative decisions, to be creative, to do things that actually matter, like your homework, your chores, or you forget to do stuff and it causes like forgetfulness and all this other stuff. Checking your phone first thing when you wake up in the morning is the same effect as your mom bursting your room every morning and telling you all the things that you need to do. That's not serving you and it makes you stressed out. One thing that really helped me is that my mom actually got me an alarm clock, because she does the same thing. She doesn't check her phone when she wakes up in the morning, and she actually got me an alarm clock so that I'm not tempted or I don't make the mistake of checking my phone right when I wake up. The next tip that I have for y'all is to start with the most difficult task first and then work your way down. I know it may seem like more logical to start with the easiest task first and then work your way up, but it's actually doing the opposite of what you think it is. When you start with the most difficult task, it actually motivates you to keep going, because one, you know it only gets easier from here, and as you're completing each task, you're like, oh, that's not so bad, I can do another, that's not so bad, and you feel way more accomplished and less burnt out. The next tip that I have for you guys is to have a set routine. Now, not only is it important to have a set morning routine, but it's also important to have a set night routine and a set routine for when you come home from school, work, or wherever you're coming from. For me, I come home, I do my homework, then I do my chores, and then lastly, I do all my social media stuff, because that is fun to me, and like it's something I genuinely love to do and enjoy doing. So I kind of use that as like the reward, like, oh, I got all my homework done, and oh, I got all my chores done, yay, now I have extra time, so now I can go and have fun and do what I actually really love to do. The next tip that I have for you guys actually kind of plays hand in hand with what I said before, and it's to incentivize things. Creating an incentive kind of just adds like a little reward, like, yes, I did it, like I'm so good, like, you know, it just adds that little like spark to your task or whatever and makes it seem less daunting. Another tip that I have for y'all is time management. Now, I used to struggle with this a lot, especially like last year. Like 2021 was just, school year of 2021 was just it was alright, okay? It was alright, that's what I'm gonna say. Now, there was a period of time last year for about 2 months where my first and second period, we would just sit and do nothing, and instead of catching up on my work that I need to get done or getting ahead on some work so that I can do work from another class in another class, I would just sit there, watch Netflix, and scroll through TikTok. Like, so what I started doing is, since my biology class for me personally, it is the class with the most like classwork load, I would get a huge chunk of that done or finish it all in those 2 class periods or however long it took me, and then I would do my math homework in my biology class. The next tip that I have for you guys is to end your day how you want to start it. If you want to start your day super duper chaotic, then end your day super duper chaotic. But if you want a nice, smooth sailing, productive day, then do the same to your your night routine. What I do to prepare for the next day is that I start prepping an hour before I go to bed each night. So what I'll do is I'll pack my bag, I'll pack my lunch, I'll pick out my outfit for the next day. It saves me a lot of time in the morning and makes sure that everything goes super duper smooth sailing. The next tip that I have for y'all is super duper important, and I cannot stress this enough. You need a planner. If you don't have a planner, everything that I've been saying up until now, it won't do anything if you don't have a planner. I really recommend you have some sort of planner, whether it be an online planner or a like paper planner. You need something. Now I actually recommend either or, because I've tried both. I've tried paper planning and I've also tried online planning. For me, online planning is the most convenient. Some online planner recommendations that I have are To Do, and I actually used To Do for about, I think, like a month or two. I think you get like a 30-day free trial to use like everything. It's a super cute app. I really liked it. The only thing that I didn't really like is that you can't, it's not really like a planner. Like you can't write down like important events. It's more like a to-do list. But another online planner that I actually use right now and I absolutely love, you probably, if you watched my afternoon routine, you know what I'm talking about. It is Time Tree. I love Time Tree so much. Like, it is probably the best planner app that I have ever like used. What I really like about Time Tree is that you can have memos, you can separate your thoughts and stuff like that, and it's also like a planner, so you can write down events in advance, and it's so functional and I love it so much. And you can actually share the planner with friends, which is just wow, like it's such a plus. Like I really love Time Tree for that. Like, yeah. So that is it for this week's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed seeing how I stay productive as a freshman in high school. Hopefully y'all found these tips helpful in some way, shape, or form, and let me know what y'all thought in the comments down below. And as always, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.